My name is Jared Davis, and in this demonstration video I'm going to show you how you can mount down a print or a photograph onto self-adhesive foam board and how you can do this manually without the use of any machinery or equipment. Before we start, I firstly want to point out that this method is not considered conservation. So because you're mounting down something permanently, it's not removable. So it's very important to keep that in mind with the type of artwork that you're handling. This would be suitable for decorator grade or commercial grade framing, but it's certainly a very popular method and technique that's used for that type of work. So before we start, we have our image and our photograph here. We also have our self-adhesive foam board with a release paper liner on it. We've got a mat board and we've got some other devices. So what we need to do first of all is get a piece of foam board or self-adhesive foam board that is big enough for not just the artwork and photograph, but also for the proposed mat board that'll go around it as well. So once we have a piece of foam board that's big enough, we can position and line this artwork up on the release paper. Now if you want, you can choose to make little indicator marks at certain points, but in this case it's pretty straightforward. What I'm going to do is get my knife, make sure it's got a sharp blade, and I'm going to score the surface of the release paper on the self-adhesive foam board. I'm going to do this all the way around. So we don't peel back all the release paper, we just peel back enough. I generally give myself maybe quarter to half an inch of extra play all the way around. Once we've scored our lines all the way around and positioned our image, we can remove this. And the next step then is to peel back the release liner using my fingernail. I'm just peeling it back, but we don't peel it back all the way. I'm just going to peel back a leading edge of no more than an inch, and I'm going to fold that edge of the release paper back without smearing my finger over the exposed adhesive. And so then we can get our artwork or print, and we can line this up and reposition it where our score lines were. Now this is the most important point that I'm about to show you, and it's very critical. We need to line up or lay down the leading edge of our print. But what is important is that you position it over the adhesive and you start from the center and work your way evenly outwards when you manually stick down that leading edge. What you must not do is start from here and then stick it down onto the exposed adhesive, because you could curl the artwork or the image or the print. And if this line here is not absolutely straight, then as you come to mount this out, you will develop wrinkles, which are unavoidable. So once again, very important to start from the center and work your way out to get that leading edge laid down. Now, the next step is to lift the print back up, and we can gradually remove the release paper and smooth this out. Now there's a number of ways we can do this. First of all, if you have one, you can use a clean rubber brayer, and we can roll it out as so. Brayers or rollers like this are available in different widths, but they're very handy obviously for larger artwork. Or commonly what's used is a piece of cloth. This is a clean microfiber cloth, or even a glove, and we can gradually move this out. And another point I want to make out too is that if this was a very large oversized print, you may choose to use or employ a postal tube like this, where you can roll the print up and control it. So easily you can roll out gradually parts of the print to expose onto the adhesive as you roll it out. So that's a very handy method or technique when you have something very large. So in this case I'm just going to use the microfiber cloth, and it's important that we keep the print away from the adhesive as we're pulling back the release liner in sections. And I'm going to, starting from the center always, and just wipe gradually backwards and forwards as we can get this smoothed out. So don't pull the release paper all off in one hit and try to lay it down. It's very risky. This is the safe way to do it. And as you can see now, I've laid that print out nicely. It's now stuck to the adhesive on the self-adhesive board. If you wish to, you could roll over it with a brayer to apply some pressure, being it's pressure sensitive. Some people, if they don't have a clean brayer or a black rubber brayer, they might put the release paper on top and then apply some extra pressure. And from here now we're ready to put the mat board on it, and this is where the rest of the adhesive, the release paper and the adhesive on this board is going to be handy. So we can pull back all of this now that we've stuck our image down, and we can grab our mat board and see which way it goes on, and we can position it on top of the artwork. So you want to work with a piece of self-adhesive board that's bigger than your artwork and of the mat board itself. And now that we've got that all positioned and stuck in place, we can now trim it up. And so that's where using your knife, you can use the edge of the mat as a guideline, so you can cut and score along the foam board line edges like this. And so there is our mounted down image and matted on our self-adhesive foam board.